Hi and welcome to this DCP web tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use my free online VAT calculator. So let's go ahead and open up the web browser and we're going to go to my website, which is dcpweb.co.uk. So I'll put a link to that in the YouTube description. You can see the top navigation up here, and I've created a new section called Tools. And when you click on Tools, you can scroll down, and I've created 2 tools at the present. And I'm going to have quite a few of them in here. So come and check back on this page maybe once a week, and you should start to see more tools being displayed here. We've got an image aspect ratio calculator. I'll make a tutorial on that separately. And then we've got an online VAT calculator. Let's look at the online VAT calculator. We'll click on here, and then we'll just go ahead and scroll down this page a little bit. And we can see there's 2 options. There's add VAT calculator and there's remove VAT. So if you've got a price that already includes VAT and you want to backwards calculate it to remove the VAT, you can use this side here. And if you want to add VAT to a number, you can use this side here. So if you scroll down this page, we'll go through these tools in a minute. If you scroll down this page, I've got a little tutorial here explaining how to use this first tool on this side. And then I've got another tutorial here explaining how to use the one on the right side. But we're going to go through that anyway. But more importantly, I have these sections here. So VAT calculation formula for adding VAT. So rather than just using the tool, sometimes it's nice to work out how the maths actually works. And I've got like pound values here, different percentages, and then I've got dollar values at different percentages here. Some of them are quite obscure, like 12.8% or 17.5. There's 20% here, 22%. And you can use these formulas to go and understand how to do the calculations yourself, right? It's quite important that you learn how the maths works. Right, and the calculation is written down here at the bottom of each example. So you can get your calculator out and you can actually go and test this, and you can go and write your own custom formulas in Excel, for example, and you can use these to calculate VAT. And then I've got another section here about removing VAT with the same logic, and then I've got another section here about calculating VAT only on a value, and I've got the same logic here with the formulas written underneath. If you scroll down the page a little bit more, I've got an Excel tutorial here explaining how to set up VAT formulas or calculations in Excel. And if you scroll down a little bit more, I've got a whole section here about bookkeeping. So there's 4 tutorials in total. It takes a little bit of time to go through them, but you can see you know, some of these have got quite a lot of views on YouTube, so you might want to come down and sit down here and go through these tutorials explaining how to do bookkeeping, right? So it's part of like VAT and the whole section there. Let's go back to the top. Let's look at the calculators. So at the moment, whenever you load this page, it's going to have default values in there, 100 and 20%. So if you click calculate, you're going to get the values here, and on this side, if you click calculate, you're going to get those values here as well. So this side here assumes that the £100 had the 20% VAT added to it, and you want to remove the VAT amount, right? And this side here doesn't have 20%, so it's 100 plus 20% equals 20% of £20 or euros or dollars in value, and then this is the final value down here, 120. So you can do more obscure numbers. So you can do something like 1,150. And then you can type in like 22% and click calculate, and you'll get the values here. And we can test to make sure that this is actually mathematically correct. We can open up our little calculator here. We can do 1,150, and then we can do times by 0.22, and then we'll click equals, and we get 253, which is the 253 VAT, right? Then you can just click the plus sign, plus 1150, and then you'll get the last value 1403, which is 1403 here. So we know the calculations are actually accurate here. They're correct. We can take this value here, 1403, and then paste it into here, and then we could put 22% in here as well, so they're matching. And we could click calculate, and we'll end up with 1,150 in this box down here. You can see 1,150. We're just doing a backwards calculation, right? This is to add VAT, this is to remove it. We need to make sure the percentage values are the same, and then we should get the reverse calculation on this side. And you can type in any values in here. You can type any sort of random value, and then any sort of percentage. You can do like 13, let's do like something like 13.2%, and click calculate, and you'll get your values here, right? And we can do something like 1,000. In fact, let's do something simple like 1,200. And if we set it to 20%, we know that we should end up with 1,000 down here, right? 1200 was including the 20% VAT, remove 20% from 1200 equals 200, and then here's the final value. So the calculator is very simple to use. What I would advise is that you go through the little basic tutorials here, but they're kind of self-explanatory what I've explained here. But more importantly, what I would like you to do, if you have the time, is to go and test these calculations out, right? Test some of them. So this is for adding VAT. So all you got to do is get out your calculator and just follow the numbers here. So it's 20% of 20, and then just type these numbers in. So you type in 20 times by 1.2. Can you see? Times by let's do 1.2. And then click equals, and you'll get 24. So here you can see the value. And here's a bit more of an obscure number, right? $500. So if you do 500 times by 1.22, you'll get 610, and you can see 610 written here in dollars, right? Doesn't matter if it's dollars, euros, doesn't really matter. And here you've got a bit more of an obscure number, so we can do like 1,245, and then we can multiply that by 1.128, which is 12.8%. We click calculate, and then we get 1,404.36. 1,404.36. This is for adding VAT, and you've got the same logic for removing VAT, and there's obscure numbers in here as well. So you can do like 610, and then you want to divide that by, so divide it by 1.22, and then you'll get 500, and you can see the $500 written here. Okay, and you can add VAT. You can have a calculation for just calculating the VAT amount only. Sometimes you just want to know what the VAT amount is, and then you just remove the number 1 from the beginning, right? That's what you're doing between this calculation here and this one over here. You're just removing the number 1 that sits in front of the decimal place here. So you can do, let's say, 500 times by 0.22, not 1.22, just 0.22, and that will just give you the VAT amount, 110, just the VAT the amount of VAT on its own. Right, so understand these formulas, and they'll help you to do calculations in other types of spreadsheets, documents. If you're creating websites, databases, applications, anything like that, then you can use these formulas to help you do VAT calculation. You might want to check out that VAT formula calculations in Excel as well. That might help you to understand a little bit more as well. So that's how you go about using the DCP VAT calculator. I'll put a link to this in the YouTube description. Go and have some fun, go and test it out, make sure it's all working properly. If you find any bugs, let me know, but I'm pretty sure they should work perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and minimize this. That's the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you can access over 650 video tutorials. I'm going to be putting lots of blog content into my blog on my website, so go and check out my blog if you want to learn more about web development, all sorts of aspects, 3D animation, graphic design. There's lots and lots of content there for you to go and learn from. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you in the next DCP web tutorial.